welcome to episode 2 of the Us and Oceans Live News Podcast. Us and Oceans Live News, the podcast. Hello everybody, my name is Christian Chappell. Welcome back again to Us and Oceans Live News, the news channel to spread awareness regarding issues of the ocean, the planet, and all sentient beings that live upon it. How are you? I hope you have a good week so far. This is now Saturday. I've had a fantastic week. I've been sharing lots of posts that have been happening throughout the week. And I would like to start off with one that I found was particular. One was Japan. They have walked out of the International Whaling Commission's meeting that they would resume commercial whaling, but this time in the northern hemisphere of the Pacific Oceans, because they said they would quit the southern one, which is Sea Shepherd, who is the organisation that helps marine life all over the world. They welcomed this. They said welcomes the end of whaling in the Southern Ocean. Since 2002, Sea Shepherd has opposed Japanese whaling operation in the Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary with expedition to Antarctic waters, first in 2002, followed by continuous campaigns from 2005 until 2017. During this period, over 6,000 whales were saved from the harpoons of Japanese commercial whalers, posing as research whalers by Sea Shepherd interventions. Japan has now finally declared that it will end whaling activities in the Southern Ocean. In 2007, the Japanese government began to invest millions of dollars in security efforts to prevent Sea Shepherd from engaging their fleet. These secure measures included military-grade real-time surveillance. Although this prevented Sea Shepherd from returning to the Southern Ocean in 2018, it also placed Japan in a position of expending huge resources and continuous security. In other words, the cost of preventing Sea Shepherd interventions became very expensive. This and the verdict of the International Court of Justice exposed Japanese researchers as fraudulent, coupled with worldwide condemnation of Southern Ocean activities, has, in the opinion of Captain Paul Watson of Sea Shepherd, led to this decision to declare they will openly undertake commercial whaling activities. The scheme to pose as researchers will now be dropped, and that means there can be absolutely no justification for hunting whales in an internationally established whale sanctuary. This will be the last year of Japanese whaling activities in the Southern Ocean. Sea Shepherd's objective of ending the slaughter of whales in the Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary has been realised. This is a victory for the campaign to make the Southern Ocean a whaling-free zone. If Japan decides to withdraw from the International Whaling Commission, it will allow the International Whaling Commission to pass the motion to establish a South Atlantic Whale Sanctuary, thus effectively ending whaling in the Southern Hemisphere. Japan will now join Norway and Iceland as rogue outlaw whaling nations in the North Pacific and the North Atlantic. The whale wars in the Southern Ocean will soon be over. The focus now must be Northern Hemisphere. Sea Shepherd welcomes this announcement by Japan and views it as a positive development. We are delighted to see the end of whaling Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary. We are delighted that we will soon have a South Atlantic Whale Sanctuary, and we look forward to continuing to oppose the three remaining pirate whaling nations of Norway, Japan and Iceland. Whaling as a legal industry has ended. All that remains is to mop up the pirates. So that was one of the posts that have been put on by Sea Shepherd, which said obviously they welcome this. Regardless of that, whaling all round is pretty much a bad thing. I'm pretty sure Sea Shepherd would be on board with trying to quit it, whaling in the north. There's just really no need to kill these beautiful creatures. It's just barbaric, and another thing that just must stop, because it's not something that we don't need it anymore. Like Japanese, they're well behind all this, changing the diet to a plant-based sort of diet. I'd like to have going into the more posts that have been brought up, which one of my favourites, which I always look into, which is fish feel. And here's now, which is incredible. What I read today was shared by Fishfeel, who they also shared it from a news article by the OPB, which is to help salmon fish, and advocates want to kill some gulls. So now they're blaming the gulls for the salmon problem. The orcas maybe starving. There's not much of a salmon population. Well, the main factors is the dams that are out there. They're just impassable for the salmon. They just can't get through it all. It's pretty damning for these salmon that just can't get up to the breeding grounds to breed. Hence the drop in population. People, they don't see their own faults. Rather than opening the dams up, they don't. They blame other things like seals, and now the stupid one is gulls. They're blaming these on. So they said there's a lot of predators known to eat imperiled salmon, from sea lions to double-crested cormorants. For a long time, biologists thought gulls weren't a big part of the problem. Now they say that it was a miscalculation. When some analysis was done, the impact of gulls just in the section from McNary, the dam, to Bonville Dam, nearly 20% of the fish taken were taken by gulls, said Blaine Parker, an avian predation coordinator with the Columbian River Intertribal Fish Commission. At first, biologists searched for pit tags which are used to track salmon. Now, when gulls nested in a series of rocks near the confluence of the Deschutes and Columbia rivers in the spring, where fish are migrating out to the sea, gulls are commonly seen flying from the rocks to the Dales or John Day dams, Parker said. But biologists never found any whole pit tags, just broken ones. Then they realised gulls are sort of crushing gizzard like chickens. That organ was breaking all the big tags. Gulls were eating more juvenile salmon, which meant fewer would make it to the ocean. So at that point the lights came on and people thought, wow, we have a problem here, Parker said. But with all the other predators snapping up salmon, there hasn't been much attention paid to gulls, Parker said. He said gulls are also believed to be eating juvenile steelhead. The area Parker is concerned about, Miller Island, has up to 6,000 gulls nesting during the spring salmon runs. It's almost like an express line going up the river, Parker said. The solution he proposes: lethal control of Pacific problem gulls along with non-lethal harassment. The dams already have burned wire and occasional pyrotechnics to scare away avian predators, but it's not doing enough, Parker said. Not all gulls are guilty of eating salmon, but some of them are, Parker said. One of the as a rustling up in the dam, tail race eating salmon probably need better management, but just those gulls specifically. Gulls also steal fish from other birds, like Caspian terns, Parker said. That doubles the amount of salmon eaten because the victim bird must then replace its catch. At the same time, Parker said some gulls can actually help salmon out. They are opportunist eaters. Besides scavenging trash and French fries lost on the ground, gulls will eat other birds' eggs. They've helped keep the number of Caspian terns in the troubled East Sands Island in check, Parker said. The government official have killed double-crested cormorants to increase juvenile salmon's chance of survival. Any killing of gulls, referred to as lethal management or lethal control by the government, is a tactic by Audubon Society of Portland vehemently opposes. It is a continuation of a very unfortunate pattern of killing wildlife to protect other wildlife, said Bob Salinger, Conservation Director at the Society. It's not the wildlife that's the problem, Salinger said. It's the dams. Killing gulls, he said, is pure scapegoating. The US Army Corps of Engineers have refused to do what's necessary to modify those dams to protect salmon. And that is why salmon are continuing to decline. Killing wildlife is not going to change that situation. These birds are simply doing what comes naturally, Salinger said. Back in 2014, the federal government was authorized to take ring-billed gulls, Californian gulls, and double-crested cormorants at 5 dams. Farther up the Columbia River, it was first time in 20 years dam managers said they had to kill nuisance birds. The program is still in place at 5 dams: McNary in the Columbia River and Ice Harbor, Lower Monumental Little Goose, and Lower Granite on the Snake River. But lethal take is always the last option, said spokesman for the Army Corps. The same program could be put in place in problem areas of the Lower Columbia River. Crit FC's Blaine Parker said, "Removing some of those birds wouldn't hurt the population overall," he said. "There's tens of thousands of gulls within the Columbia River Basin," Parker said. "There should be some deference given to fish and not birds. It's really the other way around in a lot of cases." So that's one of those issues there. So it's just disputing that gulls are eating all the juvenile salmon, and obviously not blaming the dams who make it absolutely impossible for salmon to either get up the stream to breed. So it's obviously very basic problem up there. Alongside of that, where the dams are, on the other side is the fish farming, which is making the salmon poorly. By the fish farmers, they're not exactly hygienic, and they're spreading this virus into the water, which is Piscine orthoreovirus, which is happening in the British Columbia side of it. And the salmon that get too close to these fish farms, they get poorly themselves, and then obviously deformities happen in their bodies, and they can't get up the stream, can't swim upwards towards the stream, and hence will perish, unfortunately, because of this reason. So yeah, it's pretty sad what's going on at the moment. So I've done all my podcasts. I've had 2 stories there. The main stories I've just read there. I would like to finish it off with promotion, which is if you ever come into Hull, which is where I am based. So if you ever come to Hull, or you're in Hull and you're wondering where the hell can I get some healthy food, vegan food, holistic style food, where can I go? Well, I can be honest with you, there isn't that not much going on in Hull at this time. So this vegan and holistic eating is quite well behind the times. But there is one that you could go to, which is on Newland Avenue in Hull, and it's called Whole Grains. So you can go on there. They've got various types of vegan foods, or any sort of spicy type of food that you would like to try. They have that sort of stuff. They have spices there, vegan chocolates, and the milks, the cheeses. They got it all there. And adjacent to the shop, they also have a bakery which sells vegan style bread and buns and stuff like that. You could go there, which is called Whole Grains. That's what the shop is called on Newland Ave, Whole Grains. So you can get yourself there and have a look at it. It's a pretty neat little shop. It's not very big, but it's got everything you need if you are 100% plant-based. So there I have another podcast here. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's a very short one. I'll keep it at 15 minutes. Material of stories quite short, although I posted quite a lot. But it's mainly like the stuff that I've been doing, which is also yesterday I've cooked what I call it myself, the no MDE stew, which is no meat, dairy, egg stew. That's what I call it, no MDE. And I posted that on there, which was quite a nice stew I made there, quite frankly. No dairy, no meat, no eggs produced, just vegan corn pieces that I've put in there as a meat substitute. So I've stuck that in there. The rest was like tins of lentil soup. I've used that in the stew. You basically put anything in, really. That's what stew is. Just dump anything in there. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Again, I would just like to thank you for listening to it. I had 9 listeners last week on podcast number 6. This is podcast number 7. I hope you like what you hear. You like the news feeds that I'm bringing into you. If you do like, we would like to listen more, look at my posts, go to Facebook, Us and Oceans Live News on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. Give me some likes there. Give me some sort of thing to work to. The more posts and the more followers I get, it's always good to have new followers. Knowing that, it just shows me that I'm maybe doing something right. Trying to get the message out when you feel strongly about what's going on. So obviously there's loads and loads of other organisation charities that would, that are doing fantastic work out there. They would follow them. It's totally understandable. I follow loads of different types of organisations on Facebook which are doing such great work. But I hope I can get your support on what I do too. So if you like to go on Facebook, Us and Oceans Live News on Facebook, give me a like, follow, comment. Please do comment whatever you can. Give me some feedback or give me some advice, or maybe something you don't like and you would like to see instead. It'd be great to hear from you. I also am on Instagram, Us and Oceans Live News on Instagram. Send me any sort of pictures you like. And Twitter, I'm on Twitter too. Also on YouTube, obviously this 7th installment of the episode will be put on YouTube with obviously like a video background like I usually have. So yeah, like me there, or follow me there, or subscribe to my channel on YouTube, as well as Live News on YouTube. I very much appreciate that. So yeah, guys, I will see you or hear from you. I'll talk to you probably in a couple of days, and we'll get some more material together. Back at work, so it'll be more easier, not doing so much with the kids, so I'll have more time to check in on all the things that are happening around the oceans and the world. So hopefully I will get it out to you. So guys, I'll see you later, and have a nice weekend. Bye bye.